Hello Scorpio, welcome to June. This is Gwendolyn. Welcome back to the channel. Or if it's your first time here, welcome. This video is going to be a monthly Tarotscope for Scorpio for June. And while I shuffle, I'm just going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the sky. We opened June right on the tail end of a full moon in May that was in Sagittarius, and that brought a lot of things to the surface for purging and for releasing, and that that may have been felt a little serious or felt just like something that needed to be cleansed. And June has a lot more sort of frivolous, fun energy. We're entering into Gemini season, and so it's a little bit more lighthearted, a little bit, just a little bit lighter is really all I can say. And that transitions right into this new moon in Gemini that we're going to be getting June 13th. That's happening in your 8th house, Scorpio. And new moons are great times for new beginnings. They're good times to plant seeds for things that we want to create. And this particular new moon feels like a really lucky new moon. It's positioned between a bunch of fixed stars. And it's kind of got this feeling of just being sparkly and fun and light. And so it could be a really great time, Scorpio, to begin something that feels new and fun. It is happening in your 8th house, which is your natural placement, Scorpio. So it is a house of, rebirth. It's a house of regeneration, of birth and death. So I'm going to say, if there's a part of you that feels like an old skin and you'd like to give birth to a new sort of, the innocence of an infant, that's the feeling that this new moon can bring. It's really childlike. So that's happening in your 8th house. It also can be a good time for discovering something that was hidden before. Or the 8th house also rules other people's money. So if you're looking for a new loan, it could be a good time to apply for a new loan. Or if it's something that, you're burying underground, it could be a good time for literally planting gardens because it's going under the earth. And it's a new moon in that 8th house of new life and regeneration, death and rebirth. So that's that new moon, June 13th. Really light, fun, sparkling energy. And then at the end of the month, we have a full moon in Capricorn. And this full moon is June 28th. That can bring a little feeling of seriousness to it again. It's conjunct Saturn, which is the great teacher, but Saturn can be a little bit serious, a little bit heavy, and it's in Capricorn. So it's there to teach us something. But there's also the opportunity, because it makes a nice aspect with Uranus, there's an opportunity to break free also from something. So if you feel restricted, or if you feel heavy or serious during that full moon, realize that there is the opportunity to see something, to have a realization, and to break free from that seriousness or that heaviness. The Sabian symbol for 7 degrees Capricorn is a veiled prophet speaks. So it may be something that was, again, hidden under the shadows related to that new moon. And it's a new truth that comes out. Maybe sobering. I'm going to use that word because it's Capricorn and it's Saturn. But there's also, I always use that phrase that the truth will set you free. So it could be liberating as well. And also the Sabian symbol for the new moon, which is happening in Gemini, is 3 fledgling birds in a tree. And it's really reminding me of that Bob Marley song that says 3 little birds, where he talks about how everything's going to be all right. So I'm just saying, use a little bit of levity with that new moon. Use the humor that Gemini is so capable of. And then towards the end of the month, if you feel any feelings of seriousness or heaviness or burden, take the invitation from the Uranus aspect and break free. You know, take whatever is revealed and liberate yourself. So that's my message for you, Scorpio, for what's going on in the sky. And let's see what the cards have for you for June. Scorpio. Okay, we open up with 10 of Earth, which is wealth. This could be quite nice. Oftentimes 10 of Coins is an unexpected windfall of money. It also means security and stability in the home. It means an accumulation of riches and wealth as a return on investment from good decisions having been made over time. So it's sort of saying you may just be enjoying the riches of all of your good decisions and enjoying the wealth of the stability that those decisions have led you to, Scorpio. So opening of June might just be you enjoying time with your family and enjoying the stability that you've brought to yourself. For some of you, it may mean an inheritance. It can also mean a judgment that goes in your favor in terms of financial gain. So it's an accumulation of coin energy, an accumulation of physical energy, and it's really a nice reflection of decisions that you've made, and it leads you to a good place. You know, it could even just be like noticing that you have a healthy bank account. Then it's followed by Shaman, the Hierophant, here in reverse, along with Father of Air in reverse and Moon in reverse. I'm going to hold all of these up for you to see. And usually when cards appear in reverse, it means that there's some fear, doubt, or resistance related to this. The first thing that I'm getting is that there may be some resistance to a father figure or an elder or an older man. And Father of Air is usually the man of the truth. So when he's showing up in reverse like this, it can mean someone who's a bit manipulative or not presenting their normally truthful nature. Someone who's not speaking the truth. That's also reflected in this Moon card, which can be a card of illusion or deception. And this is the Hierophant card, which is the teacher. So this means doing things in a conventional, traditional, stable way. It's also the marriage card. So I'm seeing for some of you, there may be someone in a conventional, traditional marriage where someone is not telling the truth. Or there's some illusion, someone's not presenting their normally truthful manner. And I'm going to say with Hierophant that you may need to do things in a untraditional way. Hierophant in the upright says follow convention, follow tradition. In the reverse, it's saying you may need to do things in an unconventional way, especially how you deal with someone if you've got an air sign particularly, so Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, who you're not sure of them telling the truth or not. You may need to deal with it in a way that you haven't dealt with it before, conventionally. You may do something different. That's what the invitation of Shaman in reverse is. It's saying, you know, consider a different path. Take the one that's less established. Take one that feels new and different, because you may just want to divert away from whatever's going on here. This is King of Swords in reverse is someone who does not tell the truth or is a little bit manipulative, not showing themselves in alignment with the truth. And the Moon can be like fairy tales and deception. So I'm going to say just bypass that by doing something different. You know, maybe if you've always reacted in a certain way or you've always dealt with a situation like that in a certain way, you can bypass it by doing things in a different, unconventional, non-traditional way, Scorpio. So those are your cards for the beginning of the month. Then here, at the middle of the month, I see that you have 3 of Wands in reverse. This is a card that I sometimes call your ships coming in. This is a card of vision. It's a card of creativity. Here it's called integrity. And it means being in alignment with yourself and also what it is that you want to draw to yourself. So it's sort of like what it is that you're looking to build, what it is that you're looking to... It's usually someone who's looking out on an empire and they've sent out their ships and they're waiting for their ships to come in and they're trying to establish something. So with this in reverse, is there a way that you're having a lack of vision, Scorpio? Is there something that maybe you need to have some belief in what's possible? Oftentimes when I see Three of Wands in reverse, it's saying that you may have dreams, but you don't believe that they can come true. So this is a real card of vision. It sometimes invites you to have creative visualization where you can actually see the thing coming to you, see what it is that you'd like to build and create. In reverse, it's sometimes creation without awareness. So seeing how your participation or action is creating your reality, this is seeing it clearly, and this is maybe not being aware of it. So what this is telling me is that look at your integrity, look at your participation in how it's creating results around you. That's going to be helpful for you. And then in the middle of the month, I have Four of Water here, which is shown as abundance here. So there's some real nice messages here of abundance coming to you, Scorpio, both with this 10 of Coins, which is wealth, and this Four of Water, which is abundance. So, you know, in some other decks, this is also called boredom or luxury. What I'm seeing with this here is that be careful that you don't turn away things that are being given to you. This is abundance. There's great abundance available to you here in the middle of the month. And in some decks, this shows a man who is so preoccupied with what he has that he misses the extra cup that's being handed to him. So I'm going to say show some gratitude in the middle of the month for what you have, and you might be surprised as to how it brings more of that to you. This is abundance. This is feeling like your cups are full. So embrace the wealth and the abundance that's coming towards you, Scorpio. I see it as maybe a very beneficial month for you that way. And then I also have Mother of Air in reverse. It's interesting to me to see that we have the Father of Air in reverse and then the Mother of Air in reverse. This is a natural couple who are very analytical, logical, usually truthful, but in the reverse position, this is them not sharing their truths with one another, and it's causing a certain amount of sorrow or doubt or disappointment and betrayal. So I think that what's going on with these three cards surrounding this card is that if there is any illusion between, say, a father and a mother or a man and a woman, where they're not being honest about their feelings, or they're not, sometimes moon can represent confusion as well, that it can lead to this sorrow, disappointment, betrayal. So the only choice that you have, Scorpio, is to always be honest with yourself and ideally with others as well. You can't, that's how you can bypass this. That's how you can deal with any sort of Three of Swords or Three of Air energy, which is doubt. And what this has to do with is pulling out the swords, the ideas, beliefs that pierce your heart in order for it to heal. So it really is a question of, where is your truth? What is the truth made of? Are you sharing your truth with another person? Is there illusion going on? Maybe you're recognizing a truth that is painful in the middle of the month. But I see nice things coming for you here at the end of the month, which is, you've got the 12 card, which is Vision Quest, which is a card related to justice and strength. It means seeing... I'm seeing this, funny enough, with that new moon in Gemini, which is your 8th house. I'm seeing this also as a rebirth. And it's funny that it's under this card of integrity, because it means being integrated and strong and seeing things in a just way, seeing things in a very fair way, and seeing things being illuminated, essentially. Having a vision of how things can be. So I really see, if you're having a lack of vision here in the middle of the month of like, where are things going? It's surrounded by these threes, which are creative energy, and this is in reverse, and this is about doubt. Where are my riches? Where's my emotional richness? What is true? I really see you having some illumination towards the end of the month, Scorpio. And I also see Star is here. It's in reverse, but this is a card of hope. So it's telling me that don't embrace a feeling of hopelessness. You know, this is also a card of renewal, of hope. This is a card of your wishes coming true, seeing your own value, recognizing your own place in the universe. So I'm going to say don't block that for yourself. Don't doubt. Here's the card of doubt. Once you get this illumination or revelation, it may help you with releasing any doubts or fears that you have that you can have what you want, that you can have this hope, this renewal. That's there for you. If you can remove the doubt, fear, or resistance to letting it show up, that's what usually cards in reverse mean, is that there's a level of doubt, fear, or resistance. Here's that doubt that needs to be removed. That one of those swords needs to be pulled out of your heart, which is an idea, a belief, something that's not serving you, a false truth, a false belief. That's where this illumination comes in. And that's where the star, you know, having hope, having your wishes come true comes in. So what are you doubtful of, Scorpio? Is there a way that you can see through that and get to where your heart's desire is? And then at the end of the month, you have endurance and growth. So again, I'm seeing it as sort of like cutting through any of the BS, letting go of doubts and fears, and instead embracing growth and endurance. 7 of Wands means standing up for what you believe in. It's also called success despite adversity. And growth is pretty self-explanatory. It means growing something new. Again, I'm seeing this going back to that new moon in Gemini in your 8th house. When I was talking about planting something that allows it to grow, it's new growth, it's regeneration, it's rebirth, and it's like standing up for yourself in an ideal way, for a belief that is a cause that you believe is worth defending, and making room for new growth to happen, making room for this new seed that you're planning to germinate and to take life. I'm almost even seeing that these 3 trees are like the defending space for this new sprout to grow. It's sort of like you're defending your boundaries so that you can allow this new fragile sprout to emerge. So that's actually beautiful imagery for you, Scorpio. There may be some things that you need to let go of or navigate around, and I am seeing there is some challenge to what your vision for the future may be, but you have lots of wealth. You have lots of insight and illumination and hope available to you, but you may need to work through any past hurts, betrayals, sorrows that are related to this sort of theme, you know, the king and the queen of reason, and any confusion that may be aligned with that. See if you can let that go. See if you can remove any negative beliefs, or I'll say residual beliefs, ideas, thoughts that are still embedded in your heart. And see if you can have a revelation. Say, you know what, I really am free. I really am liberated. There really is hope. I really can have my dreams come true. You know, that's the hope card. That's the wish upon a star card. And allow that growth to happen and defend your boundaries in order sort of strengthen yourself with the success despite adversity card, and to allow this new growth to happen. Sometimes I even call this card my Cool Hand Luke card, because it's a card where you keep getting knocked down and keep getting back up. There's a Buddhist phrase that I often feel goes along with this card, which says, fall down 7 times, stand up 8. And it also reminds me of a Beckett quote, which says, ever tried, ever failed, never mind, try again, fail better. And that's what I see this new growth being about, is that, you know, regardless of how many times you've gotten knocked down, you can get back up and you can defend that space and be strong. Success despite adversity. So that's my reading for you, Scorpio, for June. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to share it with another Scorpio or give it a thumbs up. And I have a friend who is a life coach. If you're interested in any life coaching services, she's wonderful. Her name is Jeannie Lawrence, and I will have a link to her website below. And if you have any comments or questions about this reading, feel free to put those in the comments. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can always do that at readingsbygwendolyn.com. And I just want to thank everyone so much for watching. Hope you have a beautiful June. Yours in the stars.